Hi, I'm Tracy Gonzales. I am in marketing and jewelry design and product education for TierraCast. And we're up here visiting with Fusion Beads. And we're going to show you how to make this evil eye necklace. It uses our evil eye link, which is an ancient symbol of protection. And it fits a Swarovski round flatback crystal in the SS20 size. And we'll also be using this Lotus petal drop. Let's go over the tools and supplies that we'll need to make this necklace. We'll be using a TierraCast Evil Eye link. This link comes pre-glued with the Swarovski metallic blue flatback crystal in SS20 size, but they're also available blank, and we will show you how to glue a flatback crystal into the link with E6000 glue. We'll also need a Lotus petal drop, 4 beaded spacers, 2 dotted spacers, 2 7-inch pieces of chain, 4 crimp tubes, 7 oval jump rings, a toggle clasp. For tools, we'll need 2 pair of chain nose pliers, cutters, crimp beads. We'll be using some fine beading wire. And to get started, I'll show you how to glue a crystal into the Evil Eye link. Let's show you how to glue one of the flatback crystals into the Evil Eye. I just want a very small amount of the E6000. And I'll put that into the center of the link. And then what's wonderful about these is that these crystals are available in so many colors. You can customize. And that is that simple. I really wanted to use only a very small amount of glue because I don't want it to squeeze up around the outside edges of the crystal. So this needs to cure ideally for 24 hours. It will set up sooner than that, so you could probably use it, but ideally you'll let that cure for 24 hours. So we'll go ahead with the necklace using this pre-glued link. The next thing we'll do is cut 2 4-inch pieces of beading wire. Then I'm going to pick up one of those pieces and string on 1 crimp bead. And thread that end back through until I have about a 1/8 inch loop at the end. And then I'm going to secure that with the crimping pliers. Now I'm going to string on 1 4mm bicone, 1 beaded spacer, a second bicone, a dotted spacer, a bicone, and a little beaded spacer, and 1 last bicone. And then a second crimp bead. And I'm going to make sure that my tail is covered with my beads. Then I'll thread the other end of the cord through the crimp tube, forming a second loop, and making sure that I'm taking up the slack in my beads. And securing with my crimping pliers. And I'll trim my excess wire. And I'm going to repeat all of those steps to create my second beaded segment. Now I'm going to pick up one of my strands of chain and connect that one end of it using a jump ring to one of the beaded segments. Then I'm going to use a second jump ring to connect the evil eye link to the other end of the beaded segment. And I'll repeat that with the second beaded segment on the other side of the link. And then the second piece of chain. Now I'm going to attach the toggle clasp components at either end of the chain. I use one jump ring to attach the toggle ring. And one to attach the toggle bar at the other side. And the last jump ring I'll use to attach the Lotus petal drop to one side of the link. And there's the finished necklace. You can find all of these products and this project on fusionbeads.com. And thank you for watching. This has been Tracy with TierraCast.